Education from the English dictionary is the activities of instructing that impacts knowledge or skills. A great man once said, "Education is the most powerful weapon we can use to change the world." Education in Rivers State, as stated by Governor Chibuike Amechi, is anchored on its determination to provide qualitative education to its people.
Administration, there have been improvements in the educational system.
Go around the River State, you will see structures that were not there before.
Education in River State generally has improved. One could see around, take a primary school for instance, one could see a good number of good-looking schools. I'm talking of modern schools which have not been seen ever in this state. So, and the pupils as well feel good learning in such an environment. We can see beautifully, designed environment, good for learning, and this has not been the case, as I have known. I've been an indigenous of this state for a number of years. I've lived in this Port Harcourt. I've also been in some rural areas. I will see the same schools as in the township. I think generally education has improved tremendously in the state.
Education is one of the essential keys to building and restructuring a nation and its people. Starting from the primary level to the tertiary level, the government of Rivers State has set out to build 750 new model primary schools and 24 mega model secondary schools of international standards, one in all the 23 local government areas of the state. Each primary school has been equipped with state-of-the-art facilities, which includes internet service, library, football pitch, sick bays, basketball courts, school farms, and assembly halls. Currently, the construction of 500 model primary schools has been completed, and 100 of these schools are fully functional.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is the first time we're given this kind of opportunity, given this kind of facilities, given the kind of, there is no need taking somebody from a village to here in Ilevbare because he wants a better school. The same school you have here, the same school you have every other place.
We have 262 of those model primary schools completed the system. Considering the fact that they were not awarded at the same time, so you wonder what is it so much of a difference. You have 500 and you have 262. They were awarded at various times in the month, so they cannot all be. But I think I must commend His Excellency for the funds he has raised for this organization, because without that, we would not have been able to get to where we are.
The Rivers State government on the 1st of October 2010 launched a free and compulsory education policy in the state. The administration made all aspects of education free, from primary to secondary school level, issuing free books, uniforms, school bags, and school sandals to the children.
We're giving free uniforms, we're giving free clothes, we're giving sandals, we're giving school bag, we're giving school from the primary to the senior secondary school. So things like exam fees and all that, which they're stopped. We really say extortion. If you don't pay, or if you don't run the free education properly, it's not an extortion. Teachers will always ask you to pay, and that is why the social insurance services tax levy is in place. The function is to ensure the BIR to ensure that funds are being generated. And of course, one of their key functions is to that this free education is very like a backup point to ensure that what we are giving to the school is actually what is expected.
On our arrival to one of these schools, we realized that the school bags were nowhere to be found. The school sandals seen were very few, and their school uniforms battered and torn, leaving us with questions. Why is this so?
Most of the materials provided were substandard. You can see the school bags is nowhere to be found. They have all spoiled. The uniform too is not all that forthcoming because the children, they have only one pair of this uniform. And then the school PE is nowhere to be found again.
Children that were admitted last term in primary 1 and nursery, their uniform, their books have not been given to them. Our sportswear have not been given. Now that the children are preparing for sports, they make use of their most, which is not school PE.
Then when we talk about the sandals too, you can see for yourselves, it's only few of them that is putting it on. Many of the sandals are cost points. So we are using this opportunity to beg them, especially those contractors that are handling this aspect of the job. So please, when they are making things like this, they should make a solid one for us so that the children can make use of it. And the children too can enjoy them. Right now they are not enjoying it. So it is telling on what Amechi has done.
The River State government has recently upgraded the River State College of Arts and Science to a polytechnic status.
Issue of upgrading come from the standard of institution. We have met the benchmark established by National Board for Technical Education, NBTE, and on that note, we were granted permission to run some national diploma program. One HND program. At the local level, we are still struggling to see that the law of the institution is changed to reflect this colleagues' talents. It is MBTE that accredits the institution, accredits the programs you have in the institution to run national diploma programs. So on that basis, one of the 75 polytechnic Nigeria today.
The University of Science and Technology has broken new grounds in ICT. It is a pioneer in the online sector, computer-based aptitude tests for students seeking admission. Also, the university is on the verge of being moved to its permanent site with world-class infrastructures, not leaving the River State Polytechnic Bori and the River State College of Education behind, of which are breaking new grounds in training and infrastructure.
You see, you get the impact from what the governor said from the beginning, declaring a state of emergency in education, and everybody can have the feel in terms of, we mentioned about infrastructure, starting from the primary school to secondary school. And as you drive into this our own university, a lot of people have said this does not look like a state university, because in terms of the environment, you really feel that you've gone into an ivory tower. But having said that, we know that here is still below what is expected in terms of what the governor means by saying he wants to build a completely new campus for the university. Because of that, I feel that the governor has done so much. If we had these things before now, we would have been building on those things. So I think even if he finishes at the level we are, the next person that will come will really see something to build on.
The River State Ministry of Education, a distinct ministry dedicated to development and improving the life of its people by its devotion to continuous teachers training and retraining in order to enhance specialization and efficiency. The Ministry of Education, in partnership with the British Council and Cambridge University, introduced an essential training and certification course. Today, well over 5,000 teachers across the 23 local government areas of River State, 75% of which are in primary and junior secondary schools, have been trained.
A great improvement. Like before myself, I cannot operate computer. But now I can operate computer. I can store some information, the query. And now the laxity before in teachers are no more there. They are not conscious of their job. Every time they are conscious of what they are doing. Before you see teachers selling in the classroom, but now all those things are no more there.
the River State government, through the River State Sustainable Development Agency, RSSDA, has provided special overseas scholarships for River State indigents and also built the Workmanship and Technical Training College WTTC, Bori, of which the college is affiliated with the City and Guilds of London, providing for River State indigents in Nigeria and abroad in technical education.
Governor's Special Overseas Scholarship Program. That has continued, to do well. We have something like 1,200 students, in that program, of which 1,000 are overseas and 200 are being prepared in local schools for A levels, at the A level phase, preparing to join their counterparts overseas. The Workmanship and Technical Training Center, our cutting-edge vocational training center, which opened its shops to training only this month. Again, people who have been there, say it is one of the best, in its class that they have in this parts. So we're quite proud of this project.
The River State Ministry of Education, under the leadership of Dame Lawrence Alice Nimi, the River State Commissioner of Education, has organized special programs, the Holiday Tour, and the Governor's Debate Cup competition. These programs are designed with the intent of preventing examination fraud and enhance communication amongst the students working towards having a more educated citizenry for the state. Augustine Ilevbare represented Port Harcourt local government area at the senior division level and emerged winner of the Governor's Debate Cup competition that was held in September 2012.
Through the debate, I've actually gained a lot because looking at my vocabularies today, I can say it was through the debate because I have to go busy, ask questions, ask legal practitioners on the point. And that was why you can see today there are many things academically that I'm doing well, and if I reflect back, I can say it is as a result of the debate.
The general aim and objectives of the River State Ministry of Education includes 1. To drastically improve the quality of education in all primary and secondary schools in the state. 2. To ensure that the content of education in River State is in line with national objectives, curricula, and programs. 3. To continue with the ongoing construction and provision of primary and secondary school educational facilities in the state. 4. To provide access to free quality education for all children of school-going age in the state. And 5. To, in line with the overall vision, idea and instructions of the government, formulate education policies and design consequent programs and strategies for implementation. And 6. To consolidate on the ongoing tertiary education policy of the state government. While the specific objectives includes 1. To go ahead with the proposed establishment of the River State Agency for Education Quality Assurance. 2. To domesticate and to break down the scheme of work, the senior secondary school education curriculum, as the ministry had already done for the Universal Basic Education Curriculum. 3. To continue with the ongoing training and retraining of teachers in general and specific areas to improve their instructional delivery capacity. 4. To equip and hand over the existing 200 model primary schools to their respective communities in which they are located and the school management committees. 5. To complete and furnish as many of the model secondary schools as fast as possible. 6. To upgrade and equip some secondary schools to the status of model central secondary schools with boarding facilities in some parts of the state. 7. To continue with the ongoing free education program by providing free books, uniforms, and sandals, as well as payment of WASC and state's examination fees. 8. to renovate dilapidated secondary schools in the state. And 9. To consolidate the establishment of the Ignatius Ajuru University of Education as a nationally and internationally recognized full-fledged autonomous university. 10. To continue with the relocation of the River State University of Science and Technology from its present site to Greater Port Harcourt. And 11. To adequately fund all tertiary institutions in the state to achieve effective and quality service delivery.
We are very, very happy, very satisfied with what we are seeing in River State. The foundation being laid, what we are seeing is encouraging education-wise. If other administration put in place one quarter of what Amechi has done within the time he had been in office, I think this state would have gone very far as far as education is concerned. So we appreciate what our governor is doing.
Parents and guardians of wards at the state model schools share their thoughts and enthusiasm as regards the infrastructural changes and improvements in the educational sector of the state.
Without the exception of Amechi's administration, parents were suffering and paying high fees to private schools based on lack of adequate or experienced teachers in the secondary or primary school. But when Amechi came up, there was improvement based on that they employed qualified teachers in both secondary, primary and secondary schools. Like in the Madiama now, we have a lot of qualified teachers, both primary and secondary. There's they are based on the free education program he had. The students are happy and the parents are also happy as regards this.
It helps me a lot because I'm blessed with children, and by God's grace, all of them are schooling here in this school, and they were all doing well. They are all doing well academically. So I'm very much impressed with what is going on in the education, and a partaker also. I don't know. I benefited from it. Yes, because they gave them free uniform, sandals, textbooks, and what have you. Even my child, one of my child, can do very well in computer, very, very well.
The free education policy of this state government is, I can take myself for instance, it has impacted tremendously on us. We see that in a way we have been relieved. So these things that are provided for the children free of charge, it has not been seen ever so far, and parents are relieved. Myself, for instance, money are saved, which one can also use maybe for other problems that face in the people in society today. So the policy, this education policy, where books are provided for the pupils, uniforms are provided, even the school fees are not paid. I think so many parents in this state today are relieved, and kudos to the governor for that.
It's interesting that the River State government has, over the last couple of years, they've dealt sufficiently with one of the aspects of schooling, which is providing the infrastructure, so building schools. This seems to me like a very interesting way to deal with education service delivery, because the school environment needs to be sufficiently attractive in order to enable children and older people stay in the schools and feel comfortable to learn in that environment. However, just building schools is not enough. You need to do much more. You need to provide teachers with relevant training. And I understand that the Rivers State government has done this in some ways as well, providing teachers with training to enable them be effective.
We do have a new teachers, a real graduate teacher that taught us a rightful and a faithful thing that we're supposed to know.
Well, they gave us laboratories to do our chemical things, and they gave us conducive classrooms for weekly learning. And the field helps us in doing our sporting activities like our inter-house sports. And the teachers they gave to us are experienced teachers who have been teaching for years and they know how to tackle their subjects.
Changes are many. When we were in the old side, we don't used to sit in the chair, we used to sit in the floor. We don't have computers, but now we have computers. No library, no video. The changes, I don't even know what to say, but all I have to say is thank you. The changes are clear. Because when we are in the old side, they used to pay for everything. Now, we don't used to pay. And my parents are so happy because we don't used to pay. The thing they're supposed to use and pay for the school uniform, they use it and feed us.
Before this school was built, the school here was an old school, and the governor has now built a new one. Before this school was built, there were bushes everywhere. There were no good air for learning, but now the governor has given us good air for learning. And inside the school there are modern facilities. He has given us the ability to operate the computers. He has provided the library and a good air for learning. And he has also employed good teachers, and the teachers are teaching well. And thank him for what he has done for the people.
The government really tried by giving us conducive environments, school books, sandals, uniforms. I think we don't lack anything here. But we have computer lab where we have equipped library, people can study. So I think we don't lack anything. We did a very good job. Into the new school. The children were sitting on a bare floor, and some are not with sandals, while some people are with torn uniforms. But now we have electricity, and computers, library, which makes our work more easier. Before we write on blackboard, we check, but now we write on a whiteboard with marker. Thank you, because he has made my life so much easier than before.
The River State Ministry of Education is consistent in its strides to provide free and qualitative education to the people of River State.